This will be the first round of the current league, using Survival Rock again. And I think I'm going to keep that after the customary GLHF. Let's see, I am going second and the opponent mulliganed. Yeah, this is a strong hand in that context. Yeah, I'll be due for playing Stifle Knot again soon. Gotta keep people on their toes, but yeah, this time around I'm once again playing Survival Rock. Alright, we have Jumpstone Mine. The likely decks are Terrageddon and, let's see, Devourer combo and Angry Hermit combo. I'm not sure enough about which it is to Cabal Therapy, so I'm just gonna lead with Duress, see where that puts me. Hopefully there isn't too much lag right now. There was a bout of basically debilitating lag for quite some time there. Ooh, okay. Wow. This is interesting. So it's Angry Hermit. I'm going to need to take the Worldly Tutor, because that keeps them from going and getting the Hermit Druid, that is. Then I need to get the whatever remains between Stifle and Vision Charm with the Cabal Therapy, and then I need to kill Dreadnought with Octavia Reynatane. That is a plan. I expect this will be a difficult matchup. It's a very fast deck. It's too bad I'm not going first. That would be a really significant advantage here. Let's see which one they use. Probably the Charm. Yep. Nice. Okay, I'm in a good position then. I'll look up all Therapy and name Stifle. Yeah, the third land, of course, is a Shallow Grave. Okay, so that I can deal with in a bit. I need to watch out for it. If they get another Enabler, they could bring the Dreadnought back and kill me, but I mean, it's just not the sort of thing I have space to play around. Maybe I could sack the Octavi and just off it immediately upon playing it. Basically a dead draw for them. They don't have ways to use very many lands. Anyway, play the Reynatane, hit that, and I am, unless I take out the Shallow Grave, dead to any other Enabler. Well, not Vision Charm, but Stifle, and they do have 3 of those. Plus it's a generally useful card anyway. If they get the Hermit going, they can kill me with it. Okay, Shallow Grave. Great. End the turn. Alright, they're just on draw go. I have another Cabal Therapy, which is pretty interesting. I'd rather play a Duress if I can, so I'm going to play Wall of Blossoms. If I draw a Duress, that's nice. If not, I can Therapy. Interesting. Now I can be efficient and play Wall, or I can play it safe and do Therapy. I would name Reanimate. I'm going to play the Wall. More efficient use of resources. Worldly Tutor. Yeah, the Therapy wouldn't have done me any good. need to do something about that. Interesting. So during their turn, they can, during the upkeep, Hermit Druid, then Christen Reclamation, still during the upkeep, put probably 2 Shallow Grave on top of the deck. They could go for Reanimate also if they want to throw me off, because they have more than enough life to support it. But anyway, they'd be going for 2 Reanimation spells, but they can't actually kill me. So what I want to do, unfortunately, I didn't get to Masticore fast enough. If I could kill that with Masticore, I'd be in a really good spot. But I simply couldn't make it happen. So I want to play Graveborn Muse and Birds of Paradise. And with any luck, I can draw Withered Wretch or Survival, because I do have enough mana to Survival for Wretch, play Wretch, and have an activation. So yeah, I have 2 draws at 5 outs, basically. Oh, they didn't use it yet. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter. It may even be correct for them to do this. I'm not really super familiar with the optimal sequencing. I haven't played the deck at all, really. Makes me wonder what their hand is, though. They are thinking about playing it, but they ultimately didn't. That's kind of puzzling. Okay, so I am gonna die. I guess they could mess it up. I'll attack with the Muse. Is that even good? Yeah, even if they're skimping on Dreadnoughts, I have 7 life. I'm not going to be able to represent enough blockers. I'm going to name Stifle. Duress. Okay, that's useless. And now I'll play the Masticore. And we're going to see their whole deck at least. That's valuable. Okay, so taking stock of what we've got, what is abnormal here? They have the full force Stifle, which is normal. It's just good to confirm it though. They have, is that just a single Vision Charm in the main? Yeah, looks like it. Here's their Wreck, of course. How many Dreadnoughts do they have? They have 3, unless I'm overlooking one. 3 is enough. I mean, the Dreadnought Stifle plan is very secondary. We have Sylvan Safekeeper, which is good to note. Spirit Guide, I suppose. How many Shallow Graves do they have? Looks like 2, 4. Yeah, the full complement of Shallow Graves. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to make them not click the wrong thing, I guess. Maybe they'll get some sort of mix-up. It's just, what, 2 reanimate? Yeah, it's over. Okay. I mean, it's a lot to hope for, but it takes so little time to see what they target that, like, I mean, why not? But yeah, that would be 37, 40, 41, I think. No, just 40. Well, they could sack the Druid and play. Anyway, it's more than enough damage. I want to definitely play Tempting Worm. I don't want... I do want Bone Shredder, actually. Probably don't want Hermit. Probably don't want this. Probably don't want Baloth. I want 4 Engineered Plague, naming Human. I want Mesmeric Fiend. I may want some number of Naturalize. I may want Faceless Butcher, though it's somewhat expensive. Masticore is probably not the version of what it is that I want. Actually, Vigilante comes out for sure. Deranged Hermit comes out. I'm going offensive with Tempting Worm because I just don't have the time for the long-term Hermit value. Take out the Nightmares because of the Hermit. I mean, I could even just take out Genesis. That would be completely justifiable, but I want to see if anything else jumps out. Alright, so I do need some number of Naturalize. I have to be ready for... I don't know. Okay, Genesis goes. Maybe I put Vigilante back. I guess Masticore is too expensive. Butcher is versatile and I guess nice. Muse is good on an empty board. Shredder I need to have one of. Orangutan, they probably have some graveyard hate, and also obviously it kills Dreadnought, so... let's see, I could take out a couple Wall of Roots maybe. They aren't disrupting my mana at all. Do I want the 4th Naturalize? I'm going to say yes. I've dropped the curve considerably. I think I can get by with 1 Wall of Roots. One last look. I guess I could go for Bone Shredder, but I think 1 is fine with the Engineered Plagues. Go ahead and submit that then. It'll be a little bit better being on the play. I feel like I would have won that last game if I were going first because the discard would have aligned better. And I probably would have had Masticore activation mana for the Hermit. Anyway, going first, and it has no disruption, which is disappointing. But man, if they go for Dreadnought fast, I can naturalize it. However, if they have Duress at least, therapy, they'd probably need a flashback. I don't know what they'd name with their first therapy, but it's probably not worth speculating on. I'll just see what it is. Anyway, notably, it's missing discard. It's missing Engineered Plague. It has Naturalize, but that only counts for so much. Do I keep it or not? I mean, with so much discard in their deck, like even if I mulligan to a better piece of reactive non-creature defensive stuff, then they might just take that and leave me with 1 less card. Maybe I'll miss land drops or something. I'm going to try keeping it. It could very well be incorrect. I wouldn't be surprised at all if I regret it. But it's just a very difficult decision to make. Play the forest and end the turn. That is land and go. Always happy to see that. Now I'm going to go for Wall of Roots here, end the turn. Really hope they go for Dreadnought. I'm going to need a very lucky top deck if they have Hermit. Okay, they could still be choked on land, which could buy me time. Kind of a lot to hope for, though. Would have been nice to draw Plague. But no such luck. So I'm going to go for Wall of Blossoms. And I'm going to go for Survival, with the logic being that Actually, yeah, they don't have the mana. I'm faster than their combo. I'll play the survival and end. Yeah, because they could actually no. They could potentially after their draw activate the Hermit. Then they've already drawn for the turn. Then they just play Reanimate or Shallow Grave, and that would kill me. Yeah, more likely than not, I'm probably dead. But it's not over yet. They've got the land. Though, interestingly, they need green for activation, and they also need green for Croson Reclamation at the same time. So maybe they're bottlenecked on that color. Alright, lucky to have another turn. I'm going to use Survival. I'm probably not ready for Tempting Worm yet, but I also really just don't want to play Wall of Blossoms. Let's see. I have so many cards, but if they had the means to Dreadnought me, oh, no, they probably would have held it back, because they see what kind of mana I've got to work with. Let's see, what would I want to still have if they killed Survival still during their end step? That's an actual realistic threat to consider. If they do that, then I'm going to want Tempting Worm. Though alternatively, oh, no, I would prefer Tempting Worm. I would want to draw some kind of lucky out, and then play Worm and try to kill them fast. Yeah, I'm still really not done thinking about that, but I mean, I'm just going to go for it. Anyway, take Withered Wretch. Yeah, I don't want to play Tempting Worm. I'm just going to pass the turn like that. Good, they're holding off. More land. Definitely getting less useful at this point, though. It does help them to have the second green. Gilded Drake. That's problematic. Yeah, that's a big issue. Unfortunately, I just don't have a second Withered Wretch. This is one of the big problems with that. Also, it's inconvenient that they can use it on my stuff, of course. Is it possible for me to not die? I'm not sure, but I'll see what I can do. Okay, this is what I want. I want Faceless Butcher. Use Faceless Butcher on Withered Wretch. Sacrifice Faceless Butcher to Cabal Therapy, which I will have to draw for the turn. It's going to take a bit of luck. But that is how I get Withered Wretch back. And if I just shred the Druid, that's not enough. I have to do this Butcher trick, or I don't know. Well, yeah, that's basically it. Engineered Plague. Not good enough. I will attack. And actually, this is interesting. I could potentially catch them with Naturalize on the Dragon's Breath, and then on my turn I could Faceless Butcher their Ghoul, but they know I have it and they have Cabal Therapy, so that really isn't in the cards. I mean, it's a worse line of play to go for than the actual, because it's so easy to defend against. They can simply sack something to Cabal Therapy, and if they have the presence of mind to name Naturalize. But yeah, this whole line of play with the Butcher doesn't count on them messing up, so I guess it feels like it would be the better line of play. Play the Swamp, and I mean, it doesn't matter what I tap. Maybe I can psych them out somehow. Yeah, I'll keep the black up. That's sort of vaguely menacing. Butcher. If I go for the Druid, they just use in response, so I gotta go for the Wretch. Yeah, my opponent hasn't given me any reason to expect that they're going to walk into the Naturalize. I haven't noticed any sloppy play. Anyway, let's take a look at how they sideboarded. That could be interesting. Yeah, not a lot different here. Yeah, they'd be in big trouble if I had gotten my Engineered Plague down earlier. Reclamation, Reanimate, yeah, that's fine. Cabal Therapy, yep. Naturalize, excellent. Yeah, they're playing very well here. That's it. Okay. Good games. Interesting match. I don't see this deck come up a lot, but I do think it's very good. It's pretty tricky to play though. Anyway, that's it for this one.